Nerderotic.com.
I used to like Taika Waititi. I used to like a lot of people. But when I hear their act on Twitter, which I try not to follow any celebrities, this is why. Now, I have a lot of catching up to do. I've been in Las Vegas for the last few days for the Star Trek convention. Of course, I have no Star Trek news to report, but plenty of news has dropped. And while this is old in YouTube terms, 24 to 48 hours is ancient. I wanted to give my 2 cents on the Taika Waititi situation because he has become a true Marvel creative in the grand tradition of the artists, writers, and editors at Marvel Comics. He has attacked the people who pay him, attacked the paying customer. And it's that great Marvel Comics customer service that has brought Marvel Comics to its knees and the comic book retailing industry to its knees. From the future Pulitzer Prize winning John F. Trent and Bounding in the Comics, Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi trolls Thor fans. I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi took to Twitter to troll fans who don't like what they are seeing and hearing concerning the upcoming Thor film, which fans have every right to do. And Taika Waititi, being the well-paid creative he is, could take the high road at any time and just produce some work and go, hey, look, much ado about nothing. But no, he decided to call his shot. Now, of course, he's gotten a confidence boost since his last film, Thor Ragnarok, which was a decent disposable film and the future of Marvel. But I don't like how it set the template for Fat Thor, which I did not like. I rewatched Avengers Endgame, and I like it even less. Waititi trolled a number of fans who expressed their concern regarding the film. In one reply, he told a fan, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. Taika Waititi could have easily ignored this person and just moved on about his day, working on trying to make Thor Love and Thunder the best film he possibly could. But he has set the tone for how things are going to be with this film by engaging with the fandom. Maybe the reaction got to him a little bit, but you know what? That's what friends are for. Talk to your friends. You're a creative. You got your little blue check mark there. You should, especially when you're working for Disney, take the high road. But Disney and Marvel sign off on this stuff. Crap, it's a part of Marvel's mission statement now to attack fans. So it looks like he has drank the Kool-Aid. And that's disappointing because, again, I used to like Taika Waititi, but seeing stuff like this tells us we are just getting another Captain Marvel, and it's going to be a long couple years. And hopefully by the time this film comes out, this stupid trend will be over. But it's more than a trend. It's propaganda. MB Mars 8 says, it is due to your Marvel work that this mess is possible. Your writing ruined Thor, his mythos, and his character. So no, I don't want to see this film if we are truly getting a Jane Foster Thor. And then we get the aforementioned statement, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. This is just a fan sounding off, and Taika Waititi decides to respond. And it sounds like this person, MB Mars 8, pushed a button, but it also sounds like a little bit of trolling by Taika Waititi, but he's doing it with glee because what's behind that statement is a lot of truth. They will ruin the mythos in a minute. They have been doing it for more than a minute, the last couple of years, because all of a sudden, the Marvel mythos that has brought us 50 years of Comic-Con, multi-billion-dollar superhero films is problematic because of the patriarchy and the patriarchal message within all of these comics. And all of a sudden, everything that was popular for all those many years is not anything we want to have in our universe anymore, our Marvel Cinematic Universe, or within our comic books, or within entertainment, period. And that's where the propaganda comes in, because we are starting to go through a power shift here in Hollywood and an overcorrection. And what better way to do it than within the most popular thing? Well, what better way to ruin the most popular thing? Again, I will state it, ignoring all the data that we have for Marvel Comics, which is biting the dust right now and turning into a lifestyle brand. In response to another fan who expressed his concern regarding Waititi's Thor Ragnarok and too much comedy, Waititi responded, sorry in advance, sucka. Kevin Rodriguez at Taika Waititi ruined Thor Ragnarok for me. Too much comedy. Let's hope he doesn't do the same with Thor Love and Thunder. And of course, the aforementioned response. Marvel has plenty of female characters that they could trot out and make a successful movie on, but it shows that they don't really have confidence in that. So they have to replace the male characters, but it's more than just laziness at this point. And at first, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was they just didn't have confidence in a female character leading a film, so they'd have to replace the male character like Doctor Who to get any kind of success instead of showing the commitment of really building up a female character from the ground up. Nope, it's nothing like that now. This is propaganda. This is Hollywood trying to win an election through our entertainment. And a lot of us are getting tired of it because we don't go to our entertainment for propaganda. We don't go to our entertainment for agenda. We go for escapism. But this is a coordinated event by Disney. This is something they have been doing for quite some time. Waititi would respond to another fan who stated, "There isn't a single announcement regarding this movie that I've liked." Waititi wrote, "They're there. You'll get over it when you realize you don't know what you want until I give it to you." Unfortunately, that's the general sentiment within the creatives of Hollywood, but it's kind of tactless to say it out loud and in this way. But maybe Taika thinks he's being funny, and he really isn't. Fans are going to take this the wrong way, especially all the crap that goes on Twitter right now. And maybe Taika is unaware of the abuse that Marvel fans have gotten from the creatives at the company he works for. Even if he is a contract worker, he is now officially, like I've said before, a Marvel creative. Waititi would try to correct the fan who described the Jane Foster version of Thor as female Thor. Nope, it's female Thor, by the way. And the more they don't want us to say it, the more we're going to say it. Eva Victor, completely normal and makes sense that when Thor is a man, he is Thor, and when Thor is a woman, she is female Thor. Taika Waititi, correction, she's called Mighty Thor. No, she's called Jane Foster, played by little Natalie Portman. Interestingly enough, the Mighty Thor is the title Thor went by in Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, and Larry Lieber's creation for Marvel Comics. The title can be seen on the cover of Journey into Mystery, number 104, back in 1964, a comic book that I own. You know, we hear all this praise of the Kirby era, and then Marvel bypasses almost the entirety of Thor's run to get to the Disney Marvel run and the Jane Foster, Jason Aaron run that ran itself out and was part of SJW Marvel. And I think we are firmly within SJW MCU. You know, this is a problem that's easily solved. We can have men and women working together equally. There's actually a little scene within Avengers Endgame that works perfectly when Pepper and Tony are fighting in that big melee and they're fighting back to back. That was cool. We need to see more of that. But then we got the A-Force scene, and this is one step closer to it, and that's why this is propaganda. It's not just about propping up women. This is feminism. It's an ideology. It's taking a side. It's partisan, and you're alienating a lot of your fan base, maybe more than half of your fan base. You got some of the normies right now, but like I've said before, normies are fickle and they are easily distracted. And the MCU, while it looks strong as hell now, might just crumble quicker than you think. And what will hasten that? Arrogance and superficial pandering. I mean, look at the symbolism in this picture here. Not very subtle, just as Taika Waititi is not being very subtle in his attacks. He is destroying Marvel Mythos with absolute glee. And let's not forget KT Roberts from The Independent, who wrote Superpowers Get Bums on Seats. And sneaking in social justice messages under the radar is a tried and tested way of speaking to the masses. Not too sure how under the radar it is. And she also stated, "We're stepping out of the shadows." Who is in the shadows? There might be some countries where that's applicable, but not this one, or not yours in the UK. And if we can step on our male predecessors along the way, all the better. Now, that might sound a little absurd and extreme to you because it is. The extremists have taken over. They've taken over the access media, the entertainment industry in the UK, and Hollywood. And they're trying to pit men and women against each other, turning women into a voting bloc, putting them in a bracket like they're some kind of hive mind. And you may ask yourself, what does this have to do with Thor? And that's the exact same question I'm asking. Not only will Portman return as Jane Foster after she said she didn't really enjoy her experience in the MCU to become the mighty Thor, no, female Thor, John, female Thor. But Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige also confirmed that the film will confirm that Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie is an LGBTQ character. Oh, great. And that has what to do with Thor? Feige stated, first of all, as new king of Asgard, because we can't call her queen, because we need to put all male titles on females, because women just want to become men, because the only thing of any value now is masculinity. Instead of strong female lead, just call it what it is, masculine female lead. She needs to find her queen. Why don't they just call her a king as well? So that will be the first order of business. For a Thor film, that's the first order of business. She has some ideas, I'll keep you posted. Well, I hope they're better than the ideas she came up with for the Men in Black. Who could forget the People in Black? And why do people keep asking Tessa Thompson for her ideas? She's just an actress and not a very good one at that. She just plays the semi-masculine female person in everything she does. You know, flawless with a smirk, and her only flaw is trusting a man. Well, we seem to see that in everything now. I just saw that in The Boys with Agent Susan Rayner busting the butcher's balls, while all I could notice was her balayage treatment. And we need to mock this whenever it happens, especially when Marvel bypasses years of mythology to get to female Thor. And the MCU has absolutely no excuse. Now, they did this in the comics. They tokenized female characters or swapped out genders for characters because they ran out of ideas. There were hundreds of issues in, but Marvel has no excuse. And Taika Waititi attacking fans just like Ryan Johnson did. Oh, look, another Disney employee. And this is all signed off on by Kevin Feige, Bob Iger, and everybody who works at Disney. They're completely okay with this, and we need to not be okay with this. We need to stop buying this crap and stop putting up with this abuse, and maybe they'll learn their lesson. But right now, they're acting as arrogant as can be because they can get away with it. And this is all from the success of Captain Marvel. Well, we know this could crumble at any moment, and this happens all the time in entertainment, and we'll just have to sit back and watch. Unfortunately, we fans who are real nerds are going to be left picking up the pieces or walking away. And I'm okay with walking away at this point because it's just getting ridiculous and we don't have to put up with this at fandom. And you, the creatives, you need to take the high ground. You need to not engage in this stuff. And if you want to, do it to your peril. But at this point, the cycle is repeating itself, and it looks like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is now the SJW MCU. Everybody try to have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, not all who wander are lost, except if you're working for Marvel or Disney.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.